After making over 5,000 phone calls in 5 days and speaking with over 300 people and getting about 100 new clients, there's over 50 that I talk to that have this closed mindset, that have the ability to buy more properties. I even had this lady tell me she's been looking for someone to teach her how to do this. And then when I teach her how to do it, it's too much for her to handle. And what it is, it's her subconscious mind is keeping her with lack. And I've been pondering this as to why this is. And it goes back to the gold standard. So throughout, with our ancestors teaching us, it's in their blood to save money, because when we're on a gold standard, it made sense to save money. When in the 80s, when interest rates were 20%, it made sense to save money and pay your house off. But people have to change the way they're thinking. You cannot save money to get wealthy anymore. It doesn't work that way, because it's burning in your bank, in your house, wherever you have your cash is burning. This doesn't mean to not have any money saved, but this means you need to diversify. I would recommend 30% in a liquid form and the rest in equity. So what that means is if you have one property with $300,000 in equity, and this is actually a story. The other day, they wanted to buy another house, or actually buy 2 more homes. And I showed them how to do it. They had other people that didn't show them how to do it. So I take the time to show them. And there's still roadblocks. And what it is it's their mindset. And that's why I've been just really, it's the same with just about everybody. The only difference that I see when somebody gets it is that there's less fear in them. It's usually younger people. I've noticed. I had this 21-year-old kid that just bought a property, is ready to pull money out and buy 3 more. He just gets it. I mean, when I tell him how the leverage works, how when you keep your money locked in your house, you may be paying down your house, but you're losing money. Because when rates increase, which they could keep going up, that'll slow down your equity increase. But by having more properties, over time, you'll always make 8%. That's with principal, interest, tax savings, principal, payoff, the equity. I said that wrong. The equity and the tax savings. So 3 things. 8%. That's what you over that, okay, on property value over time. That means if rates go up like they did 4% in a year, then over the next 4 or 5 years, they'll probably stay around what the rate is, and things will just creep up like it was. It still went up 8% in 1 year. In the last 12 months, apparently went up 3.5%. People think prices are dropping, and they're not. They're still going up, just not as fast because of the rates. So once the appreciation goes down a little less, then the rates will get adjusted, or the market will take care of itself, meaning supply and demand. So with this recent client I had, I showed her exactly how to do it, and she reverted back to the numbers don't make sense. So I wrote the numbers down, showed her everything. It's going to cost her, go from a $500,000 house to a $750,000 house, and 2 more properties, rentals, with $130,000 in her bank, and her payment overall is going to be $680 more a month with $130,000. She can go over 8 years, or maybe 7.8 years, around 8 years, using the 130 to pay the difference. And in 8 years, she has, in 10 years it was 1.5 million of equity versus 400,000, keeping the situation she is. So I showed her how to make $1 million, put 130 grand in her bank in the next 10 years. And she's still questioning different things. The reason that is because her mind's looking for excuses and ways to get out of it because it seems scary. It's scary because you've never done it. But if you think logically, numbers, it just makes sense. There's no way to lose unless you over leverage. Now, if you take the 130 and buy more houses, which I did, you over leverage. I'm a little extreme. I don't recommend that. Most people are the complete opposite. I used to be a 10 on the extremeness. I'm like a 8.5. Most people are a 4, 5, and I'm trying to get them up to a 7. So the only thing holding people back is our mindset, and it's from a generational curse of save, 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 save. And if you haven't educated yourself, there's no way to save. If you put $1 million in the bank, it loses 7% through depreciation minimum right now. And you get 4%. So you're losing 3%. So you put in a real estate, you make over 40% on your money. And I can show you how to do that. Message me and we'll get you the link.